Before I get started, this video is purely for entertainment purposes. I am not endorsing these clients in any way, shape, or form. I've not been paid or anything like that to make this video. None of these clients are linked in the description or the video. I never personally download or use any of the clients discussed. Remember to follow the rules of RuneScape. This is a topic that I've wanted to cover for a while now, and I've yet to see any other YouTuber talk about it. No major Reddit posts, videos, and so on. The only thing I've seen is a few streamers using these clients and very small Reddit threads talking about them. Today we're going to explore RuneLite's biggest custom client and the history of custom RuneLite versions in general. So the history of most of these clients is a little foggy, is probably the best way to put it. Most of them seem to pop up overnight, kind of out of nowhere. The furthest back I've found of a public version of one of these clients existing is in February of this year. But based on how hard it can be to find them, it might even be further back than that. This video is focusing on just one client that has a lot of controversy within the community, RuneLite Plus. You're going to see exactly why in just a minute. Just like normal RuneLite, Plus is open source. However, it allows you to run your own plugins and includes a lot of plugins that Jagex and RuneLite dislike. Custom plugins is something that does exist in normal RuneLite, but it's hidden in the developer mode of the client. This in and of itself would be maybe a bit of a gray area, but not too bad if it just stopped there. Let's take a quick look through the plugins section on their website. First, there's a few quality of life plugins, like being able to switch accounts faster, shows what your current max hit is on your equipment screen, and remembers what clan you joined last. These are all very nice features that I think normal RuneLite could actually benefit from. But then we get into the sketchy stuff. First off is the Zora Helper. RuneLite had a plugin almost exactly like it a few years ago. This was when Jagex stepped in and told them it was too overpowered and asked them to remove it, and they complied. In fact, Plus includes almost every plugin that RuneLite has removed, including a couple that Jagex has also requested to be removed. For example, the AoE plugin, which shows what tiles you need to avoid to dodge AoE damage in places like Wintertodt and raids. The Barbarian Assault plugin, which allows you to left-click the horn and get the call right every time, and the Fight Cave plugin, which shows exactly what to pray against Jad. However, in all fairness, theirs is a little bit different because, as you probably saw, it showed you what tick you need to pray on for certain monsters in the cave. To be fair, only the first few were removed at Jagex's request. However, there are a few plugins that never existed because Jagex asked RuneLite not to create them before the content even came out. For example, Theater of Blood related plugins. Their description of it is, learn Theater of Blood easily with this plugin, showing you where and where not to stand. So it is possible, it's just tile markers, which is something you could do yourself in normal RuneLite. However, there are a few plugins that I know for a fact most people would consider very OP. Such as Clan Man mode, which highlights targets your clan is attacking, and highlights clan members to easily differentiate them. Moving on, there's Easy Scape, which is a bunch of menu entry swaps to make your life easier. For example, one-click construction. I believe this also includes one-click blackjacking to both knock out and pickpocket. Next is a plugin that hides prayers so that you don't misclick them. A Loot Assist plugin, which creates a tile overlay with a countdown timer to when the loot will be available for you to take if you didn't get the kill. So for example, if you're running around in the wilderness looting people, you will see exactly when you'll get the chance to pick it up and move from tile to tile. There's a plugin which shows exactly what to pray against players who are attacking you. The Wild Locations plugin, which indicates the player's current location in the wilderness and then sends it to your clan chat. And last but not least, the Spellbook Modifier plugin. A plugin that lets you resize and reorder your spellbook. This is something pulled by Jagex that failed, that they've then turned into a plugin. So to wrap this video up, I have two requests. One for Jagex and one for RuneLite Plus. First of all, we need a clear guideline of what should and shouldn't be allowed in third-party clients. If third-party clients are to exist in old-school RuneScape, we need a set of rules and guidelines to go by on what plugins should and shouldn't be allowed. Because we're at the point now where with RuneLite being open source, there can be so many new branches, so many new clients, and it's just not fair to both players and plugin developers to not know what they can really add. But listen, if I'm being honest with you, Right now, I would not use this client until we get an official statement from Jagex. There's just a lot of overpowered plugins, even though you can disable them. There's a lot of plugins RuneLite has been asked to remove. There's a lot of gray area plugins. It's just not something I would personally use, and I do not want this video to be interpreted as me promoting it. Like I said, it's for entertainment purposes only. Here is where my request for RuneLite Plus comes in. I would absolutely love to see a client that has all the quality of life features without the overpowered stuff, because like I said, even though you can disable it, it's all still there. It's still a little scary to people like me. It's just until we get an official statement from Jagex on what plugins can and can't do, it's not something I would like to risk, and it's not something I'd like, you know, my viewers who may want to use these plugins to risk. I've talked to some of the developers over on the RuneLite Plus Discord, and they all seem like very reasonable, nice people. You know, I don't want to upset them with this video. It's just my personal opinion. This video is a re-upload to try and get rid of any misinformation, so hopefully I did a good job at correcting that. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.